Hi and welcome to this new video. Fitting for the current season, today I'm presenting something so that at least your beloved recorders will never have to freeze again. Today is all about our heated recorder backpack. How it works, what the benefits and special features are, you'll find out right now. But before I show you the backpack and all its details, you should probably first know why it's even so highly recommended. Especially if you're on the road a lot with your recorders and often play in chilly churches, large halls, or for example at winter concerts, then you surely know how important the right temperature is for your recorders, and so that you never have to tuck your recorder heads under your arms or stick them in your waistband again, which by the way can backfire pretty quickly. This backpack is perfect for you because first, it ensures that your recorders always stay at a pleasant temperature, and second, that you'll never have to struggle with moisture-related hoarseness again. And here's a brief detour on the topic of moisture-related hoarseness. For this, you'll see a photo being displayed right here, which demonstrates quite clearly what it looks like inside your recorder when moisture-related hoarseness occurs. Because if our recorders are too cold, the temperature difference between the recorder and our breath leads to the formation of water droplets on the windway, which looks exactly like what you see here in the photo. You'll find a more detailed explanation of this soon right here on the channel in a separate video. Yes, and to prevent exactly that, the heated recorder backpack was indeed brought to life. Plus, as a little bit of side information, there's something called anti-condense. This is what it looks like. I'll show it to you again in a close-up right here. Look. You can simply pour this into the windway before you start playing to make sure once again that it doesn't get hoarse quite as quickly. How you pour this into the windway you'll find out in another video, which you can also find here on the site soon. And of course you can also get these little bottles in our online shop. Now let's get to the backpack itself. I'll show it to you right here on camera. You can see here what it looks like from the front, then we can flip it open. And the back looks like this, and we can see here too we definitely have handles for carrying. We'll have more on that later on. For now, let's just focus on the inside part right here at first. And we'll definitely go through everything step by step so nobody can miss a thing and no details will be left out. We're starting with point 1, probably the most important point for most. How do I even turn this backpack on? And it's super simple because we have an on and off button right here, and I'm going to show a close-up next to me now so that everyone can definitely see the colors clearly that I'm about to talk about. In order to turn the backpack on, we simply have to long press the power button. And then it starts to glow a solid red. That signals to you, okay, the backpack is switched on. That in turn automatically leads us to point number 2, various intensity levels or heat levels. We don't just have one single standard heat level, there are actually 3 different ones. We distinguish between low, medium, and high. Accordingly, there are also different colors. I will show those to you as well. Because if we press the power button again now, it will light up in white for low. Pressing it once more means blue for medium, and pressing it again means red again for the highest heat setting. Based on our own experience, the blue setting is definitely enough, which means that we can simply switch back to the blue level once again, and that is certainly sufficient to warm up your recorders enough. To turn the backpack off again, which is obviously self-explanatory, we just press the off button again. Just keep holding it until the light stops glowing. Then we move on to point 3, which is probably, alongside point 1, how to turn on my backpack, the most important part, because now it's all about the power bank and the power bank pocket. The power bank, and this is very, very important to understand, the power bank is actually the lifeblood of this backpack. Without a connected power bank, the backpack won't work either. That's very, very important. In order to connect this power bank, you have a USB port down here in the flap where the on-off button is situated, quite simple, so a USB cable that you can easily plug into the USB port, the right way round, of course, of the power bank, and then it's connected. And to make sure this power bank isn't just sliding around aimlessly somewhere inside this backpack, you've also got an extra pocket for it, where you can quite easily just tuck it inside. And just like that, it's safely stowed away. It's also important, of course, that the power bank has enough charge, because if the power bank runs out of battery, then the bag won't work anymore. As I said, the power bank is the lifeblood of the backpack. There always has to be one connected. It also doesn't matter what kind of power bank it is. The main thing is it's charged and it works. And it has a USB port, but I think all power banks have those. Then we come to point number 4, the music compartment. It is very simple to open this up. And then you can basically put your sheet music inside here. Very handy too. Now we're already at point 5, the interior. And I've opened the backpack all the way up for you so you can see it clearly. Because the interior is made out of lint-free teddy fur. And you have also got a small little pocket right over here on the side, where there is space for your initials, your address, or even your phone number, because that has actually already saved quite a few backpacks. And a really, really big plus point of this backpack is its size, because an entire ensemble actually fits right inside, so everything from sopranino to bass fits in here quite nicely. And except for tenor and bass, the recorders even fit in here without needing to take them apart. And to show you very quickly what it looks like with an entire ensemble in the backpack, here is a short clip for you now. In my opinion, that is really very impressive, and it also looks really super, super beautiful as well. But now let's get to point 6, because this backpack is also very, very well suited for cold stone floors, for example. Spread out and switched on, of course, it keeps your recorders consistently warm for you always. Let's move on to the second to last point, point 7, the outer material. The outer material of the backpack is made of wipeable nylon, and if you also treat it with a waterproofing spray, for example with Gore-Tex spray, it becomes somewhat water resistant. Of course, in heavy downpours, lakes, or the sea, even this backpack has its limits, but it definitely becomes water resistant to some extent. And last but not least, we come to point 8, because the backpack can be used either as a backpack or as a carrying tote bag. And I am going to show you both of these versions now. In order to use it as a backpack, you can simply fold it together in the middle. And then you have up here, on each side, 2 fasteners that you can click together. And also at the bottom end, there are 2 fasteners that you can click together. And then the backpack can be put on your shoulders just like normal. I'll just show you a shot of it to illustrate what it looks like when it's being worn. And in the meantime, I'll show you how to turn this backpack into a carrying bag for you as well. In order to do this, just open these buckles up here on both sides, and then it is important that you take off these straps. It's super easy because they just click out right here. I can also show you a close-up of that once again. And you will do that on both sides. So. And now you can. Once you have basically spread out the backpack, you can simply roll it up together one single time. All right then. And now at this point, the straps that you can see right here on the front part are going to be very important. So you have basically got these straps with the buckle right here as well as further down here in this area. Of course, it's all a bit more stable once your ensemble is in there. And then you have the handle here to easily carry the bag, and I will also show you a clip of that now, of course, to demonstrate how the whole thing looks. So I would definitely say that it is an absolute must-have for every single recorder player out there. And if anyone happens to be wondering, yes, this backpack is also available unheated, meaning it's a really, really good investment either way. You can find the link in the video description. We'd love to hear your feedback, and make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any more videos. I hope you have lots and lots of fun with your backpack. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll definitely see you again in the next video. Bye.